welcome to my channel. My name is Lisa, and today I'm going to be making some clusters, and we are going to be making things, kind of reminds me of the song. The birds and the bees and the flowers and the butterflies. I don't think that's exactly how the song goes, but I didn't want to make trees. So we are going to make some stuff out of this, and I think it's going to be a thing called love. All right, so I pre-made a few things, and I'm going to show you how I did them. They're pretty straightforward, but they are clusters that have been attached to some just nondescript kind of back pages. And the clusters are meant to either get put on something and added as a focal point, or maybe added straight to the journal. So hopefully you got a chance to see my last video with this no-sew journal. And let me just say that I was overwhelmed with the reaction to the journal, how many people watched it, and how many people are new subscribers. So I almost forgot to say that earlier. Welcome to the new subscribers. So when I was thinking about what I was going to do next, I had a bit of stage fright because I was like, oh my gosh, all these new people sign up to my channel, you know, what can I do? I can't, you know, I have to be, you know, great. I have to do something wonderful. And I started thinking, I'm really not going to change the way I do things. The video kind of went viral, but I am not sure why. I did not do anything different than I normally do. So I can't say that I'm going to go ahead and change myself for it. I'm going to still do the same stuff where I make things and I make mistakes, and yeah, and I really like that there. I think I'm going to glue this one down. This one is tall strips, and it has a bit of trim on there, and I think I like those colors there. It's got the pinks and the yellows, a bit of green, which is kind of blue, but I think I'm going to glue it kind of like in an L so that it can be eventually a little tuck space for that. Because this one, if you saw the video, this one does not have a tuck in there. And I think I'm going to do that. So, yeah, so this video I'm going to show you how I did these. I've done things similar to this before, so it's not exactly something new. But I really like using the focal points, the birds and the bees, and the flowers and the butterflies for things. And I think they're really versatile for stuff like that. I love it. I wasn't planning on putting something in, but I don't want to push too hard because of glue. But yeah, that'd be perfect. I love it. Okay, so I'm going to put this to the side, make sure it dries, and we're going to put these to the side, and I'm going to show you what I used. All right, so for the bases, I started out with some pretty nondescript things. I've got these paper pads that are from, I think, Temu. Some of these, I mean, I barely use them. I really wasn't a fan of these that have this fake burn look to them. So I was using a lot of these for stuff. I do have a little bit of pieces of thicker cardstock that I thought would be easy to cover. So I had that kind of stuff to cover. Pull those two out. So I used my mixed media papers that I had painted and splotched. I had those. And I had these stickers. I showed those in a video recently, the stuff that I put on eBay to sell. I had tidbits. I have these grungy kind of labels. I have these cardboard sticker number labels. My pre-stamped with numbers and letters papers. I got my little tidbits that I colored with the alcohol ink markers. Had my pile of tickets. Had my strip piles. I've got these neutral tags. 2 sets of them. These are more white. I don't think I use these, but I pull them out. Vertical tags. I got grungy labels. I got smaller tidbit pieces of paper. I tracked down and I hadn't used for a while my circles that I it was kind of buried, and I ran across it. I'm like, oh, I've used those for a while, so I pulled those out. And of course, I've got my sticker labels to add some stuff in there. And I'm sure there's a bajillion other little things that I grab and go, but it really was just a, what can I grab and what can I use? So let's make a couple things. All right, so the first one we'll start out with is the ones that I used tall strips on. I think I forgot to also mention that a couple of them, like the one I put in that book, I did use ribbon. That one had trim. This one has ribbon that has honeycombs. That was perfect for the bees. But yeah, so we can take that, and we're just going to take our box, and I just saw this laying here, so we might as well use that. And we're just going to go ahead and take some pages and add them. We got that, and we got that with the little butterflies. This is laying there. Of course, I just have stuff always just laying around and be able to grab something, so why not? And this would be wonderful. Let's use some of this. I like to do things that are a little bit different in length and height when I put these on here. All right, let's grab one more strip. My fingers are a bit cold, so they're not working as well as I would like. I don't know about you, but it is cold by us. That is for sure. We went out yesterday, had to go to the mail, post office, and yeah, it was freezing. See, your breath is even just in the garage. All right, let's do that. Okay, so we're just going to glue it down, and I'm going to find my paper. And we're going to glue it down. Boy, how long was that pin off of there? Probably too long. I went to go take it up today, the first time I went to use it, and I could barely pull the pin out. It was so stuck in there, probably from the cold. But I don't think I need glue for these. These are pretty light. So how about you? You freezing? I think that anybody who answers that is probably going to say yes, unless you live down in Florida, because that's the only place that I saw when I was watching the map go by that was not freezing. And those poor people that have lost power and electricity. I mean, at least here in Illinois, we're kind of used to it. We get it every year. It's not totally new. We don't have to like it, but it's not new. And we've got all the machinery to clean stuff off, and a lot of our, towns now, especially newer ones, are built with a lot of the infrastructure buried underground. So I don't have phone lines or electrical lines going from house to house. So it really helps with that ice that's falling, that's making the trees fall, because we don't have that. There is the big power grids, the huge ones that go down the corridors. They definitely have them above, but they're just huge. I don't think they'd fall for anything. And they're not near trees that would fall on them. So in that respect, I think we're kind of lucky. Okay, so once we do the strips, then we got to figure out what I want to put on here. And I do have some sticker sheets with butterflies and the bees, and I've got some flowers, my floral book. I've shown that one before. This one does have the butterflies on there, so I don't think I actually want to put butterflies, even though there is one. I actually think maybe a flower would be fun on here. And I just want that's really pretty. I just want a focal flower. Yeah, that's pretty. Okay, we're just gonna pull it to the side for a second, and then we're gonna see if there's something I want to put underneath there, you know, as a base. I have that, and then I also have, let's take one of these. Ooh, that's a perfect color. I think I might trim it down a little bit though, or maybe ink it. I think I'll just ink it. Yeah, I like that. We'll tuck that. And I don't mind when some of those things stick out sideways. And I think I'll find a little tidbit to go in between there. But we're going to turn that upside down for now. And go from there. So, yeah, this is pretty much, let's throw the kitchen sink at these. Make them all different. Because why not? You got the stuff, right? I know I do. So why not use it, right? Because I am pretty sure that I could not, whoops, stuck my finger. I could not go through 10% of what I have probably. All right, we're gonna put that there. We're gonna find a little tidbit or something to put in there. Now these stickers from that floral book are kind of sticky, but I always like to add a bit of glue to them just to give it a make sure. All right, tidbit box. A little longer than I would like. I think that's good. I'll cut it down a little bit more because it is a little lopsided. And ink it. And we'll call this one done. Now what's fun about doing these is I like to do them, or should I put it up here? Oh, I need to put it up there. I put it up there. I like to do them, I mean, when I have a lot, not a lot of time, but a little bit more time, especially since you saw how much stuff I brought out. But I like to do them when I don't really have a plan for something else I want to do, and just to be able to have them on hand, because there are, you don't have to make anything big. They don't have to be substantial. They're little tiny works of art, is what I like to call them. Little tiny works of art. Cute, right? I mean, you could definitely add more stuff if I want. Like I have this. That would be perfect on there. Let's do that. Around it. So you can have these, you don't have to add them right away like I am on these, just because I'm showing you guys. But you can just stack them up, and when you need to make something, you can add it to a pre-made journal card or something. And if there's something extra you need to add to it at that point, you can, because it's in its final destination. I am losing that sticker there, but that's okay. I like it. See, and then you can always add something else, and I'm going to take a look just to show you what I'm saying. Once you make this card, I am going to use the art glitter glue. Not that these individual papers are thick, but because there are so many layered together, I want to make sure it stays down. Oops. All right, I'm going to put that there. All right, so since there's a little bit of pink on there, I was thinking, you know, so this went into a page that had a little bit more pink on there. We can go ahead and add a couple things that are pink just to finish it off. So I'm going to put this one down here. And I'm going to clip the edges on these to make it look a little bit older. a fun stamp could have went up here too. That could have been a thing, but I think I'm going to go ahead and use this. Give it a little fun angle. And there we go. So from a cluster that I have sitting around like this, I needed to make a card that had a flower on it with a little bit of pink, and there you go. Fun. I like it. Let's make another one. All right, for the next one, I'm going to show you how I made these. Now this is just more random things facing sideways. Started with more of a square piece on here. And so I just cut one of my pre-made that I stamped on. I think I'll put that in the back just in case I want to tuck it in somewhere and have something fun to see. But I just took items that were random and square, and these are stickers. I don't need two of them. And we can see how they go. But the sticker was, our ticket was appropriate. It says February. February's coming soon. Put some of that on there, and got some of my plain, simple. Can't have too many things with words on it. Distract. We'll see. All right, let's start to glue in some stuff down here. Let's see what we got. And again, we're going to have them come a bit off the paper to give it that random look. I'm going to glue on its backing here so I know that it's to the edge. That was a big goober. Oops, a little crooked. Not that the world will know in the end if it's straight or crooked. All right, we're going to have you hang off. I guess I should find what I'm going to put in the middle there. And I was thinking of a butterfly. I have this one. This would be pretty. All right, we can put it there, and I don't mind the leaves. Okay, let's do that. Okay, this is, I don't know what this is now that I'm looking at it. It's like a couple pieces glued together. So we're just gonna rip that apart. Put that there. Bring that down a little so we still see the stripes. And I think I put too much glue on there. Yep, I did. But glue dries. I also have boo-boo tape that I can put on some of these. That just adds a little texture to it. And put that there. We're gonna throw a little ink on this, and then we'll put some glue down. I don't mind that. That is for sure. I don't know if I want to cover that up as much, and I don't think it's going to look good on the front. It would need to go in the back, so I wonder if I've got more of a generic round one. I think that's pretty generic. Cut that out. Okay. Yeah, I definitely want to put that on the bottom. All right, let's put some glue down here. Just add a little bit to that corner. All right, we're gonna put north, north. South and west, just to make it. We don't want to put the compass on a weird trajectory. All right, and I think a little bit of a tidbit. Something tiny right there. Let's do that. These tidbits, for those that are new, I have the Tim Holtz tidbits, and then there's another one, and if I can think of the name, I will when I edit this. I'll flash it up on the screen, but I took the whole stamp pad and inked it up, and maybe I'll link the video, that'd be easier too. I stamped the whole big Tim Holtz stamp pad onto neutral cardstocks using a couple similar inks like all in blacks or reds or blues, and now I've got that, and I just stamped it like once in 3 or 4 colors, and I've been using them for a long time, but I've got tidbits to die for here. I mean, I just have enough. Oh yeah, that definitely needed that to anchor that. Cute. Not totally a fan with that top. Like, it should be straight or more crooked. There we go. I'm not a fan, and if you're new to this channel, I do that a lot, but I always like to just nip the edges off because it makes it look less new and a little bit more worn, and I like that. Yeah, I like that a lot. All right, I think we could do one more, mainly because as I was sort of cleaning up from the last one, I noticed I had a lot of bluish things laying around, so I said, well, let's make one that goes with the blue. So I've got that generic again that goes in the back, and I've got these pre-stamped that I made. This had a lot of blue on it, and I don't mind even just gluing that all on there, giving it a little stability. Yeah, let's do that. Because both of those papers are pretty thin in general. So let's do that. Okay. A couple of these are from my digitals that I have out. I'm not sure. I know that I think they're the December one. So I know that there are some freebies for it. I'm not sure if this was part of the freebie or not. But they are on my Ko-Fi account if you are so inclined to take a look at those. Okay, we'll put that down there. So this is not really, this is kind of a mesh between the using the tall method, where I put the those are the things where I use the tall strips like that one, and the random all over the place. because there are tall strips, but I'm going to put some stuff going sideways. All right, let's put that right there. And I overlooked. I'm going to put that on there. I love these tickets. I got this from Temu a while ago. I don't know if it's got a name on it anymore, but came in this package, and then there's just so many tickets. They're nice matte paper. Kind of feel like almost like a construction weight. So they don't have any shine to them. So they are very fun. I think I'm going to use that one. Oops. All right, let's put that there. One thing I did not do is figure out what, focal point I'm going to put on there. I'm thinking I'm kind of leaning toward a flower, because I bet I can find something blues or purples. All right, I found something blue-purple out of that floral book. There's a link to my Amazon down below. It has a link to that book. I love that book. I use it all the time. I've had it for a while, so it might not even be available anymore on Amazon, but if you want to take a look for it, the link is below. It does say floral book. All right, let's put that there. And I think I got that one sticker there too that's blue. Oh, more of a washi tape. Yeah, I think I'll put that up here. I think we want to be getting a little busy. I know I've been throwing the kitchen sink at stuff, but you know what, at some point, even I say it's a little busy. Yeah, I think that came out cute. I like it. Fun. Okay, this time I'm definitely going to call it done. Let me put the pin in there, and let's see if I can show you what we accomplished today. All right, well, this was a very successful crafting afternoon for me. I showed you the first batch that I did, but let me show you the ones that we made together. First off, we have the floral one that I made the cluster, and then we ended up adding the sticker at the bottom and the sticker on the top. Very fun to add to something. And then we made this cute little one with the random going different directions. Butterfly, I love it. And then last but not least, threw this blue one together. Very fun, Mayflowers. Coming soon to a warmer climate near you. All right, well, that is going to be it for me today. Once again, I appreciate everyone that has signed up recently to subscribe to the channel, and the new people who have come in, and as always, very grateful for the guys and gals who have stuck by me for a while now. I appreciate each and every one of you, and as usual, I hope you all have a wonderful and creative day. Bye for now.